I get to debunk everything she just said. She took my opening line. First of all, thank you, Jack and Tonda, for having us, and it's just been a great weekend, everyone here. We're all very grateful. Thank you. Round of applause, yeah. When Mike first asked me to be his best man, it came with one condition. He didn't want me to embarrass him during this speech. I took this as a great compliment because it means he knows that I have all the good dirt on him. Nervous? I can tell he's nervous right now. He has no idea what I'm gonna say. Mike is kind of a control freak. He hates not knowing what's going on. You should see the emails he sent to the groomsmen with all the details for the wedding. They had more rules than the Geneva Convention. Look at the socks he made me wear. Unbelievable. But he made me promise I wouldn't embarrass him, and I agreed. So, if you want to hear about how he used to have a mirror on his bike to check his hair, or how he got beat up by a girl in the 2nd grade, or why in middle school he preferred chocolate milk over regular milk, you're just gonna have to come find me and give me a drink to get it out of me. How do you sum up 20 plus years of friendship? That's how long I've known Mike. That's how long he's been a brother to me. In fact, I've known him longer than I've known my actual brothers, who are 21 and under. As kids growing up around the corner from each other every day after school was an opportunity to hang out. Whether it be to skateboard, hit golf balls on the parkway, chill in his pool, or discuss his future penny stock options for his portfolio. Mike is a big reason why I started playing golf, and I'm so good at both billiards and ping pong. Undefeated at both all weekend. In high school, I have Mike and Mike alone to thank for convincing me to join the OM team. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's a great program. I was hesitant to join, even though I had a lot of good friends doing so. All it took was one sentence from Mike, and that reprimanding, borderline demeaning tone of voice that he has. So are you realistically not going to join? Why? 3 years later, we got to travel all over the country, from Maryland to Colorado, and I believe we were ranked 5th in the world our senior year. When Mike told me he was going to University of Maryland, I had a feeling he wasn't going to be there for just 4 years. From what I was told by the guys he went to college with, these are the years that you really wanted to be around him. Partying with the golden child. Sit down for a minute. You're making me nervous. We still keep in touch, especially during the summertime. We went on a cruise with my family for one of the years, and have both been on several since. A lady, actually, on one of the cruises, saw us sitting next to each other and asked us who was older. I told her that he is by 3 months. The reaction on her face was priceless. Not only did she think we were brothers, but I actually thought that we were twins. Mike thought it was a compliment. Frankly, I was insulted. It was also around this time that I got to experience my only trip to Europe, courtesy of the Relvases, when I went with Mike and his entire family to Portugal for 2 weeks. Not only was it a vacation and a trip I'll never forget, but it also allowed me to understand my best friend in a whole new way. The way his family looked toward him for advice, support, or help, suggestions, the way they respected his opinion and what he had to say, made me realize why he is the way he is. The way they treated me as one of their own family is a testament to not only how much respect they show him, but also the amount of respect that I have for them. I'm sure that Ashley has experienced this, or something similar in the past few years. I remember the day Mike called me beyond excited. I could hear it in his voice as he told me he went and got himself a new girl. A tiny little number with bright blonde hair and big pretty eyes. He sounded genuine, so I told him, "That's great, man, I'm happy for you." He replied, "Thanks, you definitely have to meet her sometime, she's awesome." "Absolutely, I can't wait. What's her name?" He said, "Stella, she's a golden doodle." No, I actually do remember when he called me to tell me he had met his now wife. At the time, I was dating a 5'7", skinny blonde with blue eyes named Ashley. Mike must have thought to himself, hey, that looks pretty good. I think I need me one of those. I'll see your tall, skinny, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Ashley, and I'll raise you my boss's daughter. Only Mike, right? Only Mike? It came as a shock to approximately no one that he got the okay from Jack to date his daughter. From what I understand, it was almost as though he was playing matchmaker for a bit, planting the seed in Ashley's head before they even so much as hung out together. How big of a brown-noser do you have to be to get that blessing? Yeah, that's a pun. So here we are, celebrating Mike and Ashley starting their new family together. They say it's hard work having a family, but if there's one thing I'm not worried about in the slightest, it's Mike working hard at something, especially when it comes to his family. This guy is hands down the hardest worker I know. Since we were teenagers, he has always had the best work ethic of anyone I've ever met, and no one we grew up with would ever disagree with that. And of course, they know. And of course, if there's one thing he doesn't even have to work at, it's his family. Mike is also the most family-oriented person out there. As kids, getting him to hang out on a weekend was like pulling teeth. He always had some sort of family function to not only attend, but help set up for and clean up after. The running joke was if he didn't want to hang out, he'd just say it was his godfather's birthday. By our friends' calculations, Mike's godfather has about 6 birthdays a year. You can imagine my surprise when I met Manny and found out he wasn't 120. Whereas, you look good. Don't look a day over 100. But that was just who he was, and we learned to accept it. And if you're lucky enough, like I have been, for Mike to consider you family, you try to make the best of the time you do get to hang with him. Mike is the best kind of friend there is. He has that rare combination of a willingness to give you the shirt off his back, and also tell you the hard truth that no one else will. You've seen me through the good and helped me through the bad, and if you ever actually have any rough times yourself, you know that I'll be there. It's been an honor to be the best man for the best man that I know, and Ashley, Mike is like a brother, which means you are now like my sister. I wish you both the best of luck, but we all know you're not going to need it. Everyone can see you guys are made for each other. So with that, I'd like to make a toast to Mike and Ashley, to the good old days and the better new days. Cheers.
Let's have one more nice round of applause for our best man.